We are joining you from Austin, Texas, Consensus. This is probably the blockchain event that everyone goes to. And the good thing about it is that you get to meet a lot of partners. And Kadena is one. You guys are here. And we recently added Kadena to our platform. So this is a really great time to catch up with you, talk to you. And we have Ryan here from Kadena to give us a little bit more context of what it's like to build out Kadena, the initial sort of the value proposition for Kadena, and how are you thinking about it. So maybe let's start here, Ryan. I'll let you introduce yourself and talk a little bit about Kadena.
Perfect. No, firstly, always love seeing our partners. We have all types of partners, integration partners and ecosystem partners and whatever else, but what's really important to me are partners that want to build with mutual value to our ecosystems, but it's driving value for your ecosystem, driving value for our ecosystem, and it's always so wonderful just seeing you guys in real life. I've been fortunate enough to know the Tatum team for quite some time. I'm going to say probably 3+ years.
Sure.
Love crossing you guys at different events and whatnot, so great to be here. I guess by way of intro, so I head up partnerships for Kadena, part of the BD team, BD and ecosystem team. We're very focused on, of course, our developers, our ecosystem, builders, anybody looking to grow and build on the Kadena blockchain as a whole.
Right. And so if we talk about maybe scaling, and I think this is one thing that's really at the core of almost like Kadena as a blockchain. So scaling is immensely difficult, and that's from managing essentially the technically and in terms of the costs of everything, and especially as you kind of ramp up transactions, we see on other chains those costs really ramp up. And how is Kadena uniquely positioned to sort of manage this and build a different world in terms of blockchain?
Yeah, it's a great question, especially when you start talking about the fact that we're a proof of work layer 1 blockchain. And most people that think about proof of work L1s, think of Bitcoin. Great. Kicked off the whole narrative around crypto and blockchain and whatever else. But I heard actually a really great saying today, and that is, we don't really want to own digital rocks. We want to do a lot more with it. And when you think about that, what we're talking about is actually building out a blockchain ecosystems that you can build dApps on top of. You can deliver apps and value and integration for users, both for the developers and for the end users. And so we took a very different approach to how we've built out Kadena as a blockchain. So we're a scalable proof of work L1. We've maintained decentralization, we've maintained our security, but under the hood, we've been able to do something different to what Bitcoin's done. So Bitcoin as a whole is based on a single blockchain. We actually have multiple chains under the hood, and we leverage our Chainweb technology to create braids between these different blockchains. And we actually have 20 under the hood right now. We can easily scale to about 1,000+. And what that does is that helps us with the narrative of actually scaling beyond a single chain, which has performance restraints or security restraints or decentralization restraints as a whole.
That's a fairly unique sort of proposition to Kadena in terms of scaling. And
it is.
If you could also just let the audience know a little bit more about your proof of work. Why did you choose this specific way?
So why did we choose proof of work? So one thing that is very important, not only did we choose proof of work, we will always be proof of work. And it's very important because the most valuable piece that developers or anybody in this ecosystem understand about proof of work is it is highly, highly secure and it is highly decentralized. And that was very important to us. So I've spoken a little bit about Chainweb and how we scale. There's a couple of additional things that we've actually added into the mix around our actual blockchain. We're negligible, almost zero gas fees. Very important for builders, right? So it's great to be able to build a dApp or anything that you want to build on the blockchain. But when you start paying exorbitant gas fees to actually do that, to do transactions, to engage with the blockchain, it's quite limiting in what you can do. So we developed our platform in a way that we basically deliver it with almost zero gas fees. I think it's hard for anybody to say that it's zero gas fees because there's always something there, but we're very close to zero gas fees. Now, on the proof of work side, what's really important is security. We want to ensure that developers are comfortable with the security level of our blockchain.
Right.
We want to make sure that they understand that whatever they're building will maintain decentralization, will maintain the high levels of security expected from a proof of work blockchain, but also without giving up the scalability.
Got it.
So yeah.
Got it. Okay. So low gas fees, one of the things that brings developers to Kadena. What would you say is the thing that really draws developers to Kadena?
I think there's a number of things. So low gas fees, and loads of blockchains talk about that, but it is a good breaking down a heavy barrier to entry. The other thing is Pact, our smart contract language.
Right.
So human-readable, so anybody with even a small level of developer experience can understand what's written in the smart contract, how to actually develop a smart contract, how to deploy a smart contract. That's very important to us. We've also implemented something called Turing incomplete. So it prevents these infinite loops, which is very important to prevent code from constantly running, which eventually could open up the door to hacks, wallet drains, and whatever else. So we've taken a big focus on making it really easy for people to build on our blockchain, but at the same time, we've obfuscated the complexity of maintaining security and decentralization.
Yeah, we heard a lot of pretty cool things about Pact, and we'll share obviously the documentation to Kadena.
Oh yeah.
With our devs to check it out. Let's talk a little bit about the future. Like when you look at the Kadena roadmap, what kind of excites you there the most?
Oh, I love that question. I'll talk about the first one, which is near and dear to my heart. So one of the things that has always been difficult for usually for non-EVM blockchains, is to become relevant in tools or products that have originally been built only with EVM in mind. So when MetaMask actually released the opportunity to build MetaMask snaps, so the ability for non-EVM blockchains or other dApps to actually build what's called a snap and integrate into MetaMask as a wallet, and MetaMask being arguably the most used wallet out there. I think Phantom's starting to catch up to them now, just with what's been going on, but with us going down that path and being able to build out our snap and now be able to present to our users, so consumers and developers, the ability to use a wallet that they're used to. They understand, they've built, they've transacted using that wallet. They understand the look, feel, the UI, the UX, etc. For us to be able to be part of that deployment and now also have our developers and our users and our traders, our degens, our whatever else, actually play amongst all these other chains is really critical and important, and I think a high value for our community.
Right, and that's also something that's, when you're tapping into the tools that those user behaviors that are already adopted in the market, then it's much easier to get that mainstream adoption.
Exactly. There's another side as well that I'm super excited for. Anybody that knows me, I'm really excited about the space as a whole.
Right.
I just love what everybody's building, but one of the other things that we will be taking live very soon is our fully decentralized Hyperlane bridge. So our bridge to the outside world. Connect Kadena to the outside world, connect the outside world to Kadena. So the ability to have cross-chain functionality, TVL, transactions, stable coins, etc. An instrumental piece for our community, an instrumental piece for what we want to do around institutional finance and even with the onboarding of real world assets and just being able to be connected to the outside world beyond just Kadena ecosystem.
If our devs want to go and build on Kadena, where would be the best place for them to kind of begin? Where would you point them?
Okay, a couple of places. One, definitely go check out GitHub. Go check out our repositories and whatever else. Kadena Academy. So it's our learning and education portal. We've been releasing a large number of content over the last few weeks. So please, keep up to date with that. Follow on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call the Bluebird. The old Bluebird, the now X. And don't forget our wonderful partnership with Tatum. So you can, of course, go to the Tatum portal. You can click the drop-down menu. You can find Kadena to deploy your RPC endpoints and your nodes and whatever else. And Also excited, we didn't bring this piece up, excited about the additional services and offerings that we're building in conjunction with each other that we can then offer to our developer and ecosystem.
Right, and we will share all these links, obviously, with the audience. Also, all the social channels, the usual stuff. And I think there's going to be a lot more collaboration between Tatum and Kadena, and our audience will get to find out about maybe some of the projects that are being built on Kadena and dig deeper into Pact. But I just want to thank you for kind of giving us a glimpse.
Yeah.
And it's just the start of it, and it's really good to catch up with you here, and thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah, appreciate it. I love this partnership. I love how we're jointly building. I love the additional services we're going to deploy. This is just the beginning, and always appreciate spending time with you guys. So thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.